What's going on, y'all? The Brandon Brownson here with another episode of TBB Unscripted. This is episode number 10. Wow, we made it to 10 of these. Let's celebrate, bitches! We're gonna see how much of this we can do before the furnace turns back on. I literally started recording the second that the furnace quit making so much noise, so let's see how long it takes. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about, really the only thing I wanted to talk about before we got to the Q&A, and that's right, I'll spare you the statistics of how well everything's doing right now. I'm sure that you guys are sick and fucking tired of it. I wanted to talk about my new EP a little bit, Slendertronica, which currently has somewhere in the vicinity of 20 downloads already, which is already more than my first EP got. You guys are awesome. I thank you for that. If you haven't checked it out yet, go down to the crotch bar. There's a link where you can download it for free. If you want to pay for it, you can. I'm not stopping you. But you can get it for free. And you can get my first EP for free. Come on, guys. Free shit. Can you beat that? Also, something else I thought was kind of cool. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know how comfortable that'll make him. But someone actually bought my album. Bought Slendertronica for $20. He sent me a message and was like, hey dude, I like your shit. I'm giving you $20 for this in the first album. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Fuck yeah. So, if you're watching this, person who I will not name because I don't want to make you uncomfortable, thank you, that meant a lot to me. Anyways, let's get on to your questions. Wow, this is kind of a weird angle. You can see my finger and shit. It's all like, what the fuck? Anyways. So the first two questions come from Mr. Taylor Collins. The first question is, when is the next Theory Edit coming out? I guess I should have expected that. As I mentioned in, I can't remember the name of the video, but as I mentioned a couple videos back, I've been working on it. I started to get some progress done. I had a couple files finished up, but then shit started to go sour. Nintendo finally hit me with a copyright claim for some of their music that they've been using, so I need to go back and re-record all my audio, and I'm thinking I'm gonna start putting my own music in there, or various royalty-free music. Which sucks, because I really liked using the music from the game, because I feel as if it set the right atmosphere, whether I was talking about Legend of Zelda, or Pokemon, or anything like that. I felt as if it added to the video, having music from the games themselves, but I can't really do that anymore, because I don't want all of my videos getting hit with copyright shit, so, I'm gonna have to go back and re-record all of my shit, but it is coming, slowly yet surely. I apologize that it's not out yet. As I said, I've been in kind of a slump, and now this is happening, so it's definitely going to be a little bit longer, and I apologize for that, but it is coming. I promise you guys. And Taylor Collett's second question is, do you play any instruments? I primarily classify myself as a vocalist. I do. My cleans aren't as good as they used to be, but my harsh vocals are still pretty okay. I used to play drums, but since my dad started keeping his drum kit in a different place, I haven't really been able to beat on the drums and all, which is a major bummer. It's been, like, coming up on, I think it's been over 2 years now since I've last played a drum kit, which is just really depressing. I love drumming. It's one of my, probably my favorite rock instrument is drums, so it's kind of a bummer that I haven't been able to do that. And I also play bass guitar. I probably should have grabbed that before I started this video, because I'm way too lazy to get off my ass, but I have a sparkly pink Daisy Rock bass guitar that I have named after my favorite Edgar Allan Poe poem, Annabelle Lee. Why? Because hair metal, I guess. I don't fucking know. My former roommate Tessa gave me the bass guitar, which I'm not complaining. It's a pretty solid instrument. It sounds really good, but you know, you can't exactly go out and play death metal with a sparkly pink fucking bass guitar. The next question comes from DMCVCHIT. I'd try and say it, but there's a lack of vowels. DMCVCHIT. Whatever I just said. Asked, have you played any of the Bomberman games? I know I've at least played them before, but that was years and years and years ago. When I was just a wee little tyke, still in elementary school, I had a friend named Aaron, who lived right down the road from me, so I'd go over to his place all the time, and he had a pretty good collection of Nintendo 64 games. And I was over there pretty much every day, hanging out with him playing N64, and I know that he had Bomberman, so I know that we played it, because we played every game that he had to death, even the ones that we didn't like. Not that I'm saying that I didn't like Bomberman, I honestly don't remember what I thought of the game, so it's been a title that I've wanted to try out again recently, just to say I've tried it, because it is one of the fucking classics, and old school gaming is kind of what I do, so, get back to me on that one. Once I play it, I'll let you know what I think of it. The next 3 questions come from Big Bad Murphy. The first question is, what are your top 5 sodas? I feel cheap just going down and listing, like, what my real top 5 is, because most of them are Mountain Dew related. Like, Mountain Dew Livewire, and Mountain Dew Code Red take up 3 spots. So I'm just gonna put Mountain Dew as 1 at the top. I've always been more of a Pepsi fan than Coke. I like the fact that it's a little bit sweeter. Dr. Pepper, I really like Dr. Pepper. Sprite, because it mixes with just about every kind of pop. I like to mix pop. I'm gonna give the last one to Faco Grape Soda. I don't know what it is about Faco Grape Soda, but I tend to prefer it to most other grape sodas. And I haven't had grape soda in forever, and it sounded really good lately, so I'm gonna go with that. His second question is, what do you think Pokemon number 666 will be like? He's asking, like, on the regional Pokedex, the Pokemon that ends up getting number 666, what'll it be like? Knowing Nintendo, they're probably gonna completely skip over that fact and not have any fun with it, because they're uber PC and all that bullshit. But I kind of like it if they made it a little, like, demonic looking, like, something kind of fucking scary. It would either have to be a dark or a fire type, that's for sure, but knowing Nintendo, they're not going to do anything fancy with it, which is disappointing. Big Bad Murphy's last question is, who is your best Super Smash Bros. Character? I've always really liked playing as Kirby, A, because he can absorb other people's powers, which, that's pretty useful. And, also because his down B attack, I can just fuck people up with that all day long. Although, last time I played, we made it about 8.5 minutes. Now we're in the kitchen, because it's quiet in here. Huh, my hair doesn't look that bad. But yeah, last time I played Super Smash Bros., I also did a really good job with King Dedede, so I'm gonna give it to Kirby, but I guess a close second would be King Dedede. Unfortunately, Smash Bros. Isn't a game I get to play that often, which is kind of a bummer. And now we went from really good lighting to really shitty lighting. I apologize for that. The next 3 questions come from Paul5026. His first question is, what is your favorite Angry Video Game Nerd episode? That's another one I should have thought of before I did this. I want to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but everyone said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. No, I know what it is. My favorite AVGN episode has to be his 2-part review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. That was one of the first funny film reviews I've seen. And needless to say, it kind of inspired me with what I do with the Chameleon Couch Productions Film Club. Every single joke in that was spot on. Everything he pointed out was spot on. And he did it in the most humorous fashion imaginable, so I definitely have to give it to that one. Question number 2. Do you like heavy metal? Keep your fucking horns up, bro. Question 3. What inspired you to start playing music? Heavy metal, actually. The story of how I got in my first, major band, and I've been in a bunch of different bands, but The only one that really went anywhere was a couple guys I've known since elementary school got together with me, and they were like, hey, dude, we're looking for a fucking bass player. You want to come slap some bass? I'm like, sure, why the fuck not? And, you know, at the time, because we were just starting out, we were doing a bunch of covers. We had a fucking AC/DC cover. We had a Good Charlotte cover, which was kind of weird, but it was, the Good Charlotte song that had M Shadows from, Avenged Sevenfold, so that's kind of why we did it. We had an Avenged Sevenfold cover that we did. We completely reworked a Red Hot Chili Peppers song, and eventually everyone found out that our vocalist was a much better bassist than the vocalist, and I was a much better vocalist than the bassist, so we kind of switched off. I've been a huge fan of music before that point, obviously. I've wanted to do something with it, but that's kind of the point where I knew, like, hey, I'm on to something. I have a lot of fun doing this. I'd like to think I'm pretty okay at it. I was just kind of hooked from that point on. As far as doing EDM, which is what I'm doing now, electronic dance music, I've always been a fan of techno, electronic dance music. One of my buddies, Nate, we used to hang out all the time, and he was really into Linkin Park, he was really into Fort Minor, and he was really into electronic dance music. He introduced me to most of the shit that I listened to up until a couple years ago. Daft Punk, various hardstyle artists, shit like that. And I realized once about a year had passed since I've been in the band that, hey, I'm not going to find any bandmates anytime soon. Or at least I'm not going to find everyone that I need. So I need to figure out something to do. So in one of the more embarrassing times, I tried hip-hop for a little while, and then I eventually switched over to electronic dance music, which is where I'm at now. It's been a genre of music I've been passionate about for a very long time, so I'm ecstatic to finally be making it, and finally be starting to get some recognition for what I do through the shockingly high downloads of the latest EP. So, Paul, I hope that answered your questions. Our final question comes from Mr. Squibbles, the goddamn jelly bean man, who asks a serious question this time. Elf, are you okay? Anyways, Mr. Squibbles asks, how do you feel about the upcoming Dragon Ball Z movie, Battle of the Gods? Okay, I gotta be level with you guys here. I have intentionally gone out of my way to find nothing out about Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods. And here's why. And this is the same thing I do with 19% of video games and shit. I want everything to be fresh for me. If I'm going to go out and watch a movie, or if I'm going to go out and play a game, I don't want spoilers whatsoever, even if they're minor. So, really, all I know is that it's a Dragon Ball Z movie, and apparently the villain is a giant purple bunny. That's all I know. That's all I want to know. I'm excited about this, obviously. Dragon Ball Z was a huge part of my childhood growing up. Huge part of my childhood growing up, you know, because I grow up any other time than my childhood. That made sense, right? But obviously I'm excited for it. I just don't want to know anything about it. I want to be able to sit down, watch that, and be surprised every step of the way. Good, bad, and ugly. So, if you guys cannot give me spoilers in the comment section, seriously, no spoilers. Please. I'd appreciate it. But Elf, I expect my first time watching that to be with you. For those of you who don't know, I call Mr. Squibbles the Elf. We're boys in real life. We're homies. We're amigos. We kick it sometimes, G. Word. On that note, I think that's about the end of this episode. Remember to leave your questions down there for next month's edition of TBB Unscripted, which will be episode 11. Wow. 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 I don't know what the fuck I'm doing now. So yeah, leave your questions down there. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments section below. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the crotch bar. There's a Facebook fan page you guys can go and join. There's an EP down there that you guys can download for free. There's my Twitter, my Tumblr, all that bullshit's down there in the crotch bar. So check it out. I swear, you guys will like it. Some other cool channels down there. Mr. Squibbles' channel, Mikey Graves' channel. Bunch of good shit down there, you guys. You just gotta go check it out. But that about does it for me. THEBrandonBrownson, signing out. I'm gonna poke this button.